All the plants here have been grown by my mum. All the ones on these trolleys. Bought them in as either seedlings, seed, or what's called a P9. So that's like a smallest plant you can buy, apart from if you buy it in a plug. So anything that was started off like this is now probably like this kind of size. And then this one here is Lady's Smock, and it's been trying to flower since about March, because it's been such an early spring. So basically we just chop the flower off, and then eventually it has another try. And so getting the timing right to like when to stop chopping the flowers off is kind of fine art, but she's nailed it, absolutely nailed it.
Howard's really interested in sort of like the meta conceptual side of design, where he sort of comes up with these amazing ideas of like, you know, what if we did this? And I'm really good at the detail part and the crafted part and the sort of making things rich and lovely to be around and use. So between us, we kind of cover the bases.
Throughout the garden, there's a design language of weaving, and it partly comes from things like picnic blankets and collection baskets and things like that, the sort of foraging paraphernalia. But it's also from this idea of how Alder are so woven into the community in Liverpool. They're a really cherished institution. They don't just treat kids as patients, they're actually helping whole families, you know, who are going through tough times. So there's that element of it. And there's also this element of how foraging is such a good, like it really weaves people together. So, you know, it's weaving Alder with its community, and it's the old and the young. It cuts across socio-economic backgrounds because it's fun and it's free, and there's a foraging culture in any culture.
So the foraging kitchen and foraging pantry use a mantra that Alder has in its manifesto, which is the child should be at the centre of every decision. So in our foraging tools and the foraging kitchen and foraging pantry, we've tried to embody that same idea, so that everything is a little bit low and it's a little bit light and a little bit small, and that's because it's designed with the child at the centre. We felt that foraging was like a brilliant way to sort of spread Alder's wider message about not just sort of being there in those awful emergencies, but also that sort of preemptive health.
Basically trying to get children to lead active, healthy, pleasurable lives, and also to try and do that in a really kind of light touch way that's fun and not too heavy-handed. We're going to relocate this garden to their new mental health building, and that's quite a heavy subject. It's a really important subject. The garden doesn't have to be sort of heavy like that. Really, it's for children, and it's about kind of this delight and enjoyment.